and they should know where they want to go and what they want to be and how they want to get this character across. That's getting into the character. So if you know your character and you know where you want to go and where you want to be, then by all means, say something. But for the most part, Lucha Underground has that flexibility where people are able to give input. And, when you have those many great minds throwing ideas into that awesome pot and gets mixed up, what you get is a great product, and that's what Lucha Underground is.
Well, I wanted to bring something up we were discussing before we came on the air. This is off Lucha for a second. We were talking about we've been talking about the Hardys over on our main stuff, and you were actually, am I right? You were the referee that was pixelated out in that Hardy match that popped up on Lucha, popped up on Impact Wrestling from a random Lucha City match. Is that you?
That was me.
How do you make you feel that you're that referee? How did that even work? What was the legal ramification of that? We were all confused watching that. What happened there?
Oh, God. Well, I will say this. That blurry referee thing cost me a lot of bookings for WrestleCon weekend.
Really?
Yeah, it unfortunately it did, and I'll be the first to admit it, because I really wanted to be out there for WrestleCon and do some stuff. But unfortunately, with that being said, a lot of promoters were gun shy and didn't want to touch me with a 10-foot pole because of the fact, they didn't want to have any type of issue legally with the LLC and such and everything. So, but unfortunately, I was a victim of just being caught in the middle of something that was happening between, powers that be. And when I was there at the Crash doing, and the Crash, by the way, treated me great with Conan and stuff, and I've known Conan forever. But unfortunately, when I was there, unbeknownst to me, Jeremy Barash was taping, and and of course for me, I'm used to big production. I'm used to big production TV and cameras everywhere and such and everything. Unbeknownst to me, Barash was filming with a 35 millimeter camera, which to me, I was under the impression he was just taking photos. Nobody ever came to me and said, hey, we're filming, we're going to do this, it's going to be on Impact. Nothing. So, like I said, I got caught in the middle of that. I went and I was there to work, and that's exactly what I did. I worked. It was great to see Matt and Jeff again. It was awesome reconnecting with Jeff, because I hadn't seen Jeff in a long time. Me and Jeff had some great times in WWE, and we're awesome friends. We still are. And I just happened to get caught in the middle, and then when this whole thing went down where there was letters being sent and stuff, I didn't find out until the letter was being sent out. And then when they said, they were going to blur me out, this and that, I was like, oh, okay, well. And legally, I had every right to take legal action against Impact and other folks because of what happened. But I chose not to because I'm a big believer in karma, and I didn't want that coming back and biting me in the butt in the future, because that's just not my way. Things happen, and, just let it go. Let it go. Don't sit and dwell on it. But unfortunately, on the other end, like I told you, it cost me some bookings at WrestleCon. And to say I was a little disappointed with that, I've been at WrestleMania week and stuff, so I get it. So there's always next year. I'm not going to sit and chew on a bitter pill, but, it did cost me, and, it would have been fun to be out there and catch up with a lot of people. But, we got bigger and better things happening with Lucha Underground, and some other stuff is coming. So, I'm not going to sit and dwell on it. Everything happens for a reason, and, nobody's heard the end of Marty Elias, so there you go.
That's true.
Well, we've been to a House of Hardcore match where Matt Stryker was there, and we had a chance to talk to Matt, and, we're trying to explain to him, that
I've actually had Matt on the show. Right. As well.
And we were trying to explain to him that as far as where we're at, El Rey Network is prevalent, but once you get outside another region or territory, it's not. And we're hoping that that Lucha would take, would take off. And that's when we said, well, we're on iTunes. We say, and that's when we're saying we were trying to get something going on with Netflix. And now that you got that, both is in place. I'm hoping for much success with Lucha Underground and have the fan base broaden. Because here's the thing. after the first season, Blake and I were hooked, and we just couldn't wait for more. And the way the characters are and how the storyline flows was great. And sometimes it got a little dark with that Vampiro Pentagon master student type of thing. But
weird thing,
to watch the talent work, and for me, I can't stand for Blake, but I had my grandparents live in León, Guanajuato, Mexico, and which is lucha every weekend, and to watch lucha, I mean, fast paced, and go until the bell rings. I was used to that, but for Blake not being used to that, it was something that he went, holy cow, this is some great stuff, and it is. And the talent and everyone there has to just be spot on with everything, and it's like think on your feet, really quick, and here's what you do and how you react and adapt. So that was, I'm sure, coming from WWE to this, was that an easy adjustment?
I'm sorry, but I didn't hear that last part.
Okay, from you coming from WWE into lucha, because lucha is more of a fast-paced type of brand and product, was that an easy adjustment for you to do that?
Yeah, for me, I was accustomed to working different styles. And here's another thing that I'll throw out that I'm really proud of as far as who I am and, what I've done, is that a lot of the WWE referees, and it's no fault of their own, have worked the indies and such. And me, I was able to go do Japan with 0-1 and Hashimoto, Mexico down doing some other stuff, and work with a lot of these different independents around the country on my own way before I even got to WWE. So I was working Japanese style guys, lucha, libre, all this other good stuff before I was even with WWE. So for me to go to WWE, it was easy, because that's the American style. But when I did get the opportunity to work with the luchadors and, coming into Lucha Underground and doing all that, I already had that experience with luchadors and strong style and the American style. So for me, it was just like jumping into another bed and going, okay, hey, I like the pillows. It was easy. The transition was easy. Although some people do have issues with that, and it's real hard to adjust. If you're only working one style, and then you have to go and jump in bed and cuddle up with the new pillow, then it's very difficult. For me, it was easy, and that's the thing that I pride myself. I was able to go do these things pre-WWE, Japan, what have you. So I was able to adjust, and I'm always able to adjust, and I've worked with so many different styles, that it's easy for me to go do that and adapt. Almost like a chameleon. I can change my colors in a heartbeat. But for some folks, it is difficult. But for me personally, it was easy.
Well, I believe we're going to start wrapping things up here. Well, what are you doing right now? Like, besides Lucha Underground, are you taking indie bookings and things like that right now?
Yeah, I'm actually reaching out to a few promoters and such. I have a referee seminar coming up June 11th with Texas Wrestling Academy in San Antonio, Texas. Hoping to work on some more with that. And I had my first referee seminar back on February 18th out here with Santino Brothers. So I'm looking to do a lot more referee seminars and training. As my career winds down within the next 10 years or such, I want to give back to the business that has been so great to me. And what I mean by that is, I want to make sure that a lot of these younger kids coming in are trained correctly and trained properly and know how to do it. And, when they get in there, that they do it right. Because here's the thing that I mentioned from the get-go. There's a stigma that, you just get some kid or student or a former wrestler, you put a striped shirt on him and he goes in as a referee. My seminars and things of that give you a whole different perspective, as far as this is how you referee. This is why you do certain things. And there's a lot more to a referee than just counting a 1, 2, 3. So that's what I'm looking to do, is ultimately to be a trainer for referees, because oddly enough, referees that have no place to go and train. There's no referee schools. There's wrestling schools, but at the same time, you have former wrestlers or wrestlers training referees. And unfortunately, being a referee and being a worker are two completely things inside the ring. And that's the misconception, is that, you know, it takes a good referee to train a good referee.
Well, that's fair enough.
I'm telling you right now, Marty, much success to you and Lucha Underground. It's big success here and El Rey Network, and here in Milwaukee we have a very huge Latino population.
Pentagon was here recently for a big show, a big anniversary show we had here in Milwaukee.
A lot of people came out to see Pentagon, and the man is, you know, to see him on television is one thing, but to see him in person is just fantastic, and how smooth he is on moves and
he was
everything
the nicest guy too. He was the nicest guy in the world.
Very friendly, and like I said, this product, Lucha Underground, has introduced a whole new generation to the term luchadores and lucha libre wrestling, and like I said, much success to you and Lucha Underground, and I hope it gets, you know, going on for, you know, 10, maybe 12 seasons and even longer.
Great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Marty, for taking time out for us today. This was a lot of fun for us. We'll have to get you back on down the road.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hey, real quick, guys, on Twitter, people can get me at Marty Elias 1967. That's Twitter. Instagram at Marty Elias 67, and on Facebook, Marty Elias. And if you want to book me for seminars or interviews or anything, email me at bookmartyelias@gmail.com.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much, Marty. I appreciate everything.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. My pleasure.
Okay,
have a good day.
Bye-bye. All right, we're back. Let's take a quick look at this week in wrestling. There's not a whole lot going on because everyone's still recovering from Mania, and it's spring break and Easter, and there's not a lot of shows going on. But we do have one local show and one international show. I'll do the international quickly first. On April 15th in Dublin, Ireland, on Flow Slam.
Dublin, Ireland?
Live on Flow Slam, we have OTT Scrapper Mania 3. The main event is the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega of the Bullet Club and Elite taking on Will Ospreay, Ricochet, and Ryan Smiley. That's a big main event.
Ryan Smiley, as in...
Not the same guy. Not Norman Smiley.
No, that's Norman Smiley. Would this be a relative of...
I have no idea. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I wish I knew, but I just read the names on that one. The other names I know. Everyone else I knew there.
Okay.
But also, here in Wisconsin, we have a local show, Brew City Wrestling, doing a show April 14th.
At its home base at the Knights of Columbus?
Yes, Knights of Columbus. And it is, of course, I love the name, Tax Time Turmoil.
Why not?
Why the hell not?
You got to capitalize on this. Might as well do it that way.
Yes, matches already announced. We have the Brew City Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. We have Max Holiday defending against Dysfunction.
And from the last match we went to in the Cudahy, that was a storyline they were setting up, and now it's coming to fruition.
Yes. We also have the Brew City Wrestling Heritage Championship, as the Beer City Bruiser will be taking on Brandon Blaze.
Which was also in the storyline that was set up.
It's at least a contestant.
Yeah.
We do have an AIWF World Women's Championship match. So it's not Serena defending her title. It is Hannah Hartcroft, and she's going to be facing Stacey Shadows.
Yeah, we've known about Stacey Shadows.
Shadows is good. She is good.
Yeah.
She's really, really good.
As a heel, yeah, she's got that personification down just 100%.
And I don't know what this match is, so I'll just say it. It's a 6-man tag.
Yeah.
What happened here? There we go. A 6-man tag. It is the Perfect Tens against Maurice Rotchet and the NWO Awards. I have no idea who they are. So,
as Frankie will probably put more information as the.
So that is the 14th at the Knights of Columbus. That is that. That is them.
And do not bring your tax refund checks because they will not be cashed in lieu of tickets. Okay?
No, they will not be. So that is that. It's a pretty tame weekend. We'll be back at it next show. I believe the next show we do here will actually be our previewing Payback. WWE Payback.
which is being held in the wonderful city of Chicago.
No, it's not.
Isn't that what
Not
Payback
May.
is?
That's in May.
That's in May. Okay, I'm skipping ahead.
You're thinking, I don't know where Payback is, actually. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, let's figure
I didn't
out.
look that up. So.
My fault. I